1 minute be at the catering truck having a cup of tea to suddenly, as soon as action is called, turn into Bellatrix Lestrange was one of the most incredible things I have ever seen. And we mustn't forget as well that these are British films and they have been for 10 years. They're made by British crew. They're filmed in Britain and they have the creme de la creme of British talent involved in them. Just some of the names that are attached to these films who may well have been in one film, may well have been in all of the films. But of course, our three main characters are the heart and soul of this story, who have kept us interested throughout this entire series. Let's take a little bit of a closer look at one of those characters, Rupert Grint, Mr. Ron Weasley.
Harry talks in his sleep. Have you noticed?
No, of course not.
Why was Rupert chosen as Ron? Well, he's got red hair, hasn't he?
You know what to say about Rupert.
He's just naturally always, I mean, since I first met him, like, just incredibly funny.
He's utterly, utterly charming and likeable and lovable.
His comic timing is perfection.
Set the bloody place on fire!
I came into it quite flukily, really. It was just, I sent in this videotape of me rapping to Newsround. And it was basically just information about myself that rhymed to a beat.
I say we jump now!
He's actually the coolest person I know.
When you're ready, Rupert. And action.
Very laid back, very easygoing, and a really sweet, sweet man.
Brilliant. I could never imagine arguing with Rupert. I couldn't even imagine what an argument with Rupert would be about. I don't know how he can go from being just a kid to Rupert Grint, Ron Weasley, you know, in all his films, making multiple films that he's made, winning several awards, and yet still just be like, oh, yeah, it's all right.
It's been a year now since we finished shooting. I keep reminding myself that we're really not going to be coming back next year to do this. This really is it, and everything we do now is the final time. I did, and still do in a way, feel a bit kind of lost without it. It just feels like there's something kind of missing.
Now I am here with some hardcore fans. I love this. This is a mother and daughter combo. Hi!
Hi, don't tell the school that we're not there, okay?
How long have you been here, first of all?
We came here yesterday morning and we slept over last night down in Trafalgar Square. It was wonderful. It's slightly insane.
Now, how many premieres have you been to? Is this the first Harry Potter one you've been?
Second one. Yeah.
Why are you here? Why have you camped overnight to be here?
Because we love Harry Potter.
And, you know, she's grown up reading the books and I've grown up as a mother reading them to her, and I just find them so full of joy and love. It's fantastic. So hooray for Jo Rowling, and the films, they're just brilliant. So that's why we're here.
I think you're a great example of the fact that the books do appeal to so many generations of people as well.
Yeah, and you know, I say to friends, have you read them? And they go, no, and they start reading them and they can't stop because it's so good. You know, they're just great for grown-ups, for kids. You know, my 9-year-old who's not here, I'm reading Goblet of Fire to her at the moment, and it's just brilliant to just do that. You just grow with them, and as a mother you grow with them, and as a family you just love it. You know, we're all going to the film on the 15th and it's just so exciting.
You are not going to be disappointed, let me tell you. Who are you all most excited to see today? What about you, young lady?
Jo Rowling.
Oh, yes. It's really interesting because, you know, all the cast, as soon as their faces come up on the big screens here in Trafalgar Square, they get big cheers. And Jo's name got mentioned on the tannoy earlier, and the crowd went crazy.
Yeah, it's like she's given us this gift, hasn't she? The books are a gift and the films are a gift, and I love all the cast. You know, we came to the last premiere and Rupert Grint and Daniel and Emma, they were fantastic signing our autograph. So it's just a present to us and it's just brilliant.
Now this young lady took a big gasp. Why did you take a big gasp there?
Oh, I just noticed we were on the screen.
You're on the telly?
Yeah.
Who are you most excited to see?
Warwick Davis.
Oh, he's amazing.
Oh, he's so cool.
And he's probably, is he the only person that gets to play more than one character?
I think so. I think so.
It's pretty awesome.
There's like 3 or 4, doesn't it?
Okay, we're going to head straight down there to the main stage in Trafalgar Square. Alex.
Thank you very much, Edith. So, as you can hear from the crowd here themselves, in their thousands, one of the film stars has just arrived. But before we meet them, I'd like to take a look at the girl who made the character of Hermione Granger her very own. Just like Hermione, Emma Watson has a bit of magic about her.
It's literally been my life. I don't remember much of my life before I was in these films.
Emma's obviously ridiculously clever, and I think that shines through, you know, with her character.
Emma is really ambitious, and she's really tough on herself. So in a way, all those qualities are very Hermione-ish.
Great. Right, good.
I think audiences warm to her because, you know, I think that's a kind of archetype that we all recognise.
You do it.
I can't.
Yes, you can.
That first movie was just like a blur. It's kind of, I was so excited every single day. It was like, I must have been exhausted, but I was, you know, I was like 10 or 11 when I did that first movie, but it just kind of like flew by. It was incredible.
We've got to plan, we've got to figure it out.
Hermione, when have any of our plans ever actually worked? We plan, we get there, all hell breaks loose.
It's been how I grew up. It's been my family. It's where I went to school. It's where I learned everything I know. It's changed my life completely.
So there you have it, the magic of Emma Watson, and a man who is a close friend of hers both off-screen and on has just arrived. You will know him as Ron Weasley. Walking the red carpet now is Mr. Rupert Grint.
There he is, the man, Harry's closest friend, Ron Weasley. Now, obviously, 8 films ago, 10 years ago, he was nothing more than Ron's close classmate, a classmate of Harry. As the films have gone on, he's really come into his own. He's stepped out of the shadow of Harry Potter to become his own almost action hero in this last film as well. Things really do change and mature for Ron. And obviously the difficulties that he went through in the Deathly Hallows Part 1, the traumatic love triangle, how will it end? You're going to be finding out very soon with Part 2 of the Deathly Hallows. Ron always said, or Rupert always said, that as Ron, his favourite set was the Wizard's chess set. One of his biggest roles in that very early first film, The Philosopher's Stone, all those years ago, where he has to help Harry get through past the chess to actually get into the chamber, into that doorway behind. A great scene, and the first time as well in that very first film of The Philosopher's Stone that Ron really did show that he wasn't just that little kid friend, that he was actually there to help Harry all the way. There he is, he's going to be making his way down this incredible carpet. The fans are loving him. Absolutely loving him. There was also quite a nice piece in the shot that you just saw a moment ago where, of course, he had his top off, where they all have to change, and the screams here in Trafalgar Square. Quite uncomfortable to see this man with his top off, but a lot of people quite enjoyed it. He's talking to the press right now. There is lots of big smiles. Another big moment for him as well. He's been to every one of these premieres. He's the key character in Harry's journey to find all the final Horcruxes. And there he is. He's going to be joining Alex and Edith live in just a few moments as he makes his way around this incredible premiere live in Trafalgar Square. Lots of press shots there for Rupert. The crowd absolutely love him. It was really interesting, something that Edith said a moment ago, the crowd particularly desperate to get a glimpse of J.K. Rowling as well. But I think you'll agree, the young lad has done well, hasn't he? From schoolboy to hero in 8 films and 10 years. Beautiful sunshine as well across Trafalgar Square, which is great news. It was pouring down earlier. Rain looks great in 3D. Sunshine looks great if you're a star walking this incredible carpet. There you just saw a grand scale as well. The grand scale of this premiere. The huge stage set up and more screens for Rupert Grint. Look, he's barely made his way onto the carpet. A little bit later on, all the stars and the cast of the films will be making their way down our very own Diagon Alley to make their way to Leicester Square, where they'll be watching the film for the very first time. The premiere of Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Going insane for him, aren't they? I love it. It's incredible. Look at the press. The world's press have all come here to Trafalgar Square. First time we've had a premiere of this scale anywhere in the UK, and it is incredible. Around 18,000 people are expected to make their way to the premiere today, and this is one of the men they want to see. Thousands and thousands of people. Lots of people also here to see, of course, the lovely Emma Watson on her way. You'll be seeing her as soon as she arrives right here exclusively on Sky. And of course, Harry himself, Daniel Radcliffe, making his way as we speak. There he is, he's on his way. Alex is going to be talking to him in just a second as well. And lots of your questions are coming in for him as well. So keep an eye out for your question if you've been tweeting us, which could be put to Rupert Grint in just a matter of moments. There he is, he's making his way up to the main stage now. Alex, you can just see at the top, awaiting the arrival of Mr. Ron Weasley, Rupert Grint. And the crowd go insane. Absolutely incredible. Look at that. This is what these people have waited since Monday afternoon to have. Over to Alex.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Rupert Grint. The first question is obviously going to be, what do you make of this?
I can't believe it. It just doesn't seem real. Yeah, it's been a very kind of emotional week, really, because I mean, it's been hard for me to really come to terms with the fact that this is over, and it's so great to see everyone here. It's just amazing.
You mentioned it's been emotional. I mean, some of the sets that you've been on for the last 10 years get destroyed in this film. What was it like seeing that?
Yeah, I mean, these sets have kind of been a second home to us, and like stuff like the Great Hall, and I mean, I was actually there when I saw them kind of ripping into it with the sledgehammers, and it's quite sad. It's kind of shocking to see that, but I mean, it had to happen in the end.
Now, I know a lot of the fans here have been waiting for the kiss between Ron and Hermione. Will they be disappointed?
Yeah, I mean, this is a kiss that has been kind of building up from the first films, and it was kind of a pressure on me and Emma to really make it kind of that big moment that everyone's expecting, and I hope we did that, because it was quite a hard one to do.
We have a question from our tweeters online. The question is from Lindsay, and it says, which Harry Potter film was your favourite and why?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, every film has been just had something special about it that I'll always kind of treasure. But I guess